And good evening, everybody, and welcome in. We are live from the Ed DeFore Sports Complex. It's another football Friday night, and it's the gridiron game of the week here on DSPN. And tonight we've got a good one, a key Region 2-4A matchup between the Perry Panthers and the Howard Huskies. Good evening, everybody. I'm Russell Deese. John Kosader is off this evening. He is cooling his toes in the sand at the beach. Life is good. In the meantime, fall has finally arrived in the mid-state area. 2 weeks ago, we did a game here on a Friday night. The first week of October, it was 103 degrees that day. This morning, it was a cool 43 in North Bibb County, and we are in Northwest Bibb County tonight. May have gotten into the low 70s today. We'll be into the 50s by the time this one is over. We have a very good football game for you here tonight. It is the Perry Panthers, led by head coach Kevin Smith. They come in 3-3 overall, 1-0 in the region. Their wins this year have been against Northeast, 36-20, Monroe out of Albany, 45-20, and Upson Lee, 22-15. Their losses have been against some pretty good football teams. Houston County beat them 34-3. Westside beat them here at the Ed DeFore Sports Complex 33-13. And then last week they went toe-to-toe with Veterans and lost that game in a very close one, 13-3. The Howard Huskies on the other side, they're 4-2 in region. They are 0-1. Their wins this year, they started the season off with a win against FPD, which was right here broadcast on the network, 42-21. Then a win against Central, 54-19. Then a big win against crosstown rival in the AAA division, Westside, 49-21. And then survived a scare on the road at Jackson, 25-20. Their losses, well, they come to open the season against 5A powerhouse Jones County, who is undefeated on the season right now. They went on the road in a rain-delayed football game in an opener there over in Jones County, and they lost that one 34-10. And then they opened region play, and it was a big one for them to go to West Lawrence last week, and things did not work out too well for Coach Paul Carroll, his staff, and his team as they fell on the road at West Lawrence 43-7. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you look at the Region 2-4A standings, they shake out like this. West Lawrence is 6-1 overall. They've only dropped a game to South Effingham. They are 2-0 in the region. Perry comes in at 3-3. They're 1-0 in the region. Followed by Mary Persons, who is 4-3. They are 2-0 in the regions. Then overall, Howard 4-2, 0-1 in the region with games against Upson Lee, Spalding, and they finish out the season with Mary Persons. So they've got four big games starting with this one tonight in the region. Upson Lee is 2-5 overall. They are 0-2 in the region. Spalding is 1-6, and they are 0-2 in the region. We have the captains for tonight as we get set for pregame ceremonies here. First for Howard, it's going to be Elizabeth Rodenroth. She is a kicker for the Howard Huskies. You may have seen her on the Kelly Clarkson show last week and Good Morning America both. She is perfect on the season on extra points. The other captains are going to be number 22, Scott Campbell. Number 27, dangerous Javarzier Meadows out of that wing T formation, which is more of a hybrid wing T, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. And then number 40, the good tight end, Wynn Davidson. We'll get Perry's captains for you momentarily as they have not come out on the field yet, and we are still about 5 minutes away from the toss of the coin. So let's talk about these two football teams. Perry, led by head coach Kevin Smith. Defensive coordinator is Charles Anthony. Offensive coordinator is Greg Robinson, and they've got some really good coaches, assistant coaches to go with them. So what have they done this year? Well, they start with quarterback Lane Rucker, and we'll talk a lot about him tonight. You'll see him number 15. He has thrown for 778 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions on the year, and that's been a little bit of a problem for him. At running back, he'll go Mikael Kendrick. He's got 561 yards on the year, and he's got 6 touchdowns, and he is averaging 6.5 yards per completion, per carry for the Perry Panthers. Their wideouts will go, their leading wideout's going to be Daquan Wright and then Ezekiel Wright, Marion rather. And they also look at Tommy D'Amico and Aaron Hall out of that backfield. Tyrell Owens, number 7. You'll also see him carry the ball a little bit as well for the Perry Panthers. On the other side of the field tonight will be the homestanding Howard Huskies, like we said, 4-2, 0-1 in the regions. And here we go. For Perry, their captains are going to be number 11, Tyron Mobley, number 19, C.J. D'Amico, number 56, or rather number 53, Trevor Vandersall, and number 56 is NC West. Thank you, Mr. Goolsby. Johnny on the spot on that. So we're down there with getting the live toss of the coin for you. While we do that, we're going to talk about the Howard Huskies. Like I said, 4-2 overall, 0-1 in the region with the loss last week on the road to West Lawrence. They're led by a new quarterback this year, and his name's Jalen Clark. He's 53 out of 103 for 622 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. And let's check the coin toss here, and we'll take it with you.
Howard has won the toss, deferring the second half.
And Howard has won the toss, and they will defer to the second half. And so back to the Howard Huskies here as we get the film from down on the sideline. Quarterback is Jalen Clark, like I said, 53 of 103, 622 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. They'll be led by a pair of really good running backs. Number 1 of them will be Jeremiah Kelly, and he has had 557 yards, 6.6 yards per carry, 5 touchdowns. The other one is Javarzier Meadows, 389 yards on the ground, 6.1 yards per carry, 6 touchdowns. He is also their leading receiver in receptions with 23 and 3 touchdowns. And as we said, Elizabeth Rodenroth is perfect on the year at her kicking duties for the Howard Huskies. Well, we'll take our first 30-second break. We'll come back after this. We'll get it kicked off from the Ed. You're listening to DSBN Sports presentation of GHSA football. We'll be back after this timeout.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce from our original recipe. And authentic toppings like crispy Old World pepperoni. Because the Italian way is worth celebrating. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to America's most loved pizza. Hello, Marco's.
And welcome back to Ed DePore Stadium. Time clock says 12 seconds to kickoff. The officials are in the middle of the field. Huskies are huddled up on their side of their 40 along the 38 with Coach Paul Carroll. As they get ready, they're going to kick it off, and they're going to defer to the second half. And the bell rings, and it's time for the fighters to come out and head to this Abilene battlefield here. So back deep for the Panthers will be a number 7, will be one of them. And that is going to be Tyrell Owens. And on the other side, if he'll turn this way so we can see him, and that is going to be number 2, McKeel Kendrick, their leading rusher. So the Huskies will kick it off. And Juan Cardenas will kick it off. And he'll do a short dribble kick that'll picked up by the up man along the 26. He'll come this way, and he'll get chopped down right along the 33-yard line. And that's where the Huskies will start. Started at 7:30 p.m. on the dot. And the ball is going to be marked on the 34 as we get started here tonight. So out comes Lane Rucker. McKeel Kendrick will be his lone setback. They'll go splits to this side. Marion will be one of the men in the slot. Going to take and going to give it to the big tailback, and he's going to step in there, and he's going to get knocked down right along the line of scrimmage. And we'll see who the last man up for the Huskies was. And the Huskies came up with the ball, and that was number 43 on the tackle for them, and that was Keno Blash. They'll go 2 men in the backfield this time. Curtis Head will come in, along with Kendrick in the backfield. Now they'll split him out in the backfield, and they'll look in the flat, and they're going to try to throw that middle screen in the middle, and he was trying to go that time to Kendrick, and it was to no avail. A lot of pressure coming from the Huskies up the middle of the field. Aaron Hall will be to this side. They'll go trips this time. They'll go 1 man in the backfield. Lane Rucker at quarterback. Trips to the right side. Look, pressure's going to come. Now he's going to have to step. Throws it out here, and he was trying to go to Tommy D'Amico. And it was over his head, and that's going to bring up the first 4th down of the game. Jeremiah Kelly will be the returner on this kick. High snap, and it's going to go over his head all the way back inside the 5 to the 4 to the 3, and he's going to be tackled right there, and it's going to be Huskies ball, 1st down and goal on the first big mistake of the night, as the ball was snapped over the head of Lane Rucker, the punter. And he went right over his head, and there was nothing he could do, and it was way over his head on the snap. So 1st and goal for the Huskies from the 3-yard line. They'll go in the backfield this time. Jalen Clark, Gerard Portillo, and Javarzier Meadows. They'll go traditional wing tee and bring Jeremiah Kelly in there. Taking, going to give it to Javarzier Meadows, and saying he is going to slip. And he got knocked down that time. Number 94 may have been in there on the stop. And that was Quintavious Kendrick, was one of the men through. Now they'll flip the tight end. Get the play in late from the sideline on a 2nd and goal from the line of scrimmage. Traditional wing tee this time. Here comes Javarzier Meadows. Quarterback's going to give it to him, and no, sir. First man in there for the Panthers was number 11 that time, and that was Tyron Mobley, the defensive back. So that'll lose them from the 3 all the way back to about the 8 or the 9. They'll place it down on about the 8, and it's 3rd and goal. Go with the traditional wing tee again. You'll see them split some formation off of it, and they do it right now with Jeremiah Kelly. Going to fake it to Kelly. Going to look, going to throw it in the back of the end zone. He's got a man wide open back there for a touchdown as the defensive back fell down, and that was tight end Wynn Davidson. So on an 8-yard touchdown pass, after 2 mistakes in a row and good pressure by the Perry defense to try to save any problems from the turnover, the Huskies go up.
Perry timeout. They just did us a favor.
Perry calls a timeout on the extra point. We'll take it with him. 30 seconds. We'll be right back. 6-0, extra point coming.
I am Lester Miller, and if you've been in an accident or hurt on the job, I want to work for you. My office is right across the street from the Bibb County Courthouse. And it doesn't end there. Middle Georgia is my home. I graduated from high school here, college, and Mercer Law School. My family goes to church here. My kids go to school here. I work hard for my community, and when you need an attorney, I will personally take your call.
Thanks, Lester.
And I will work hard for you too.
Contact Lester Miller today for your free consultation.
Yes. Welcome back to Ed DePore. Extra point coming after an 8-yard touchdown pass from Jalen Clark to win. Davidson is tight end. Number 17, Elizabeth Rodenroth, will come on for the extra point. She's been perfect on the year so far, and she'll try to add to her statistics right here. Snap, touch, kick is up, and kick is good. Timeout on the field. Huskies lead it by a score of 7-0. You're listening to DSBN's presentation of GHSA football. Will return after this timeout.
Hello, I'm Joy Johnson at the Cottages on Westland, inviting you to come see our spacious assisted living suites. Each suite has its own kitchenette, private bathroom, separate bedroom, and living space. We provide meals, housekeeping and laundry services, personal care assistance, and a variety of daily activities. Come by and visit us soon. You'll see why our residents feel at home and why families trust their loved ones to us at the Cottages on Westland.
Welcome back to Ed DePore Stadium. 9:49 to go in the first period. Howard deferred on their opening kickoff. Juan Cardenas will do the honors on the kickoff here. And he'll go with that squib kick again, bounce over one man, then the second man, and then they'll pick it up and bring it along the 17. Get to the 25, and that's where the Huskies will put him down. Number 20 on the return, Curtis Head for the Panthers. And number 19 for Howard down there on the coverage, and that was DeMonte Trotman. So out come the Panthers with their second possession. They faced a fourth down and snapped it over the punter's head. Gave the Huskies first and goal at the 3. 3 plays later, they got it in. Single setback will be McKeel Kendrick. To this side will come Wright and Hall. Going to take and give it to Kendrick. He's going to step in from the 26, and they're going to give him to the 31, so a little 5-yard pickup that time for him. Marion will be to this side in the slot. Hall will be wide. To the far side will go Daquan Wright. Single setback for Rucker. Rucker will be Kendrick. Having up back in the H-back position. Going to take and go to the running back again. He's going to push forward and pick up about 2 on the play, maybe 1. They spotted him to 32 on that previous play. They'll give him up to the 33 this time. Got to get 2 to 36 to pick up a new set of downs. So it's going to be 3rd down and 3. Rucker going to give it to Kendrick. He's got room to run outside the 40, 45, crosses midfield stripe all the way in and dragging 3 men, and the ball is going to be seized down. He fumbled it around the 35-yard line, but they're going to say he's down. And a huge run. He'll go from the 17 to the 33, so that's a 34-yard pickup. They'll give him 33 as they'll mark it on the 34-yard line. Splits to that far side, going to throw it out there to Wright, and Wright's got room to run, and he's going to pick up about 8 or 9 yards on the play. One of the Huskies in there was number 11, and that was Travius Cecil, rather. Going to put him about 2 yards short, maybe a little less than 2 yards. Tyler Bailey will be the up back. Kendrick will be the setback. They'll go to Kendrick, and he's got room to run, and boy, did he. He'll burst through from the 26, and they'll mark him all the way to the 15. That's an 11-yard pickup and a new set of downs, and they're running straight at the Huskies here. Hall will be split to this near side, and the slot will be Marion. To that far side will go right. Stay with Kendrick. Take and gonna feed it to the big man again, and why not? He'll push forward, and he'll pick up 4 on the play. Go to the 11, bring it up second down, and about 6 to go. Good blocking up front so far by the Panthers on this drive. They're going to move it back to the 12. Got to get to the 5, so second down and 7. Rucker will stay in that gun. Kendrick, he'll get to the 10, get about 2, and that's it. Number 55 for the Huskies in there on the tackle was one of them, James Bryant. Rucker in a shotgun, fakes it to Kendrick this time. He's going to look and going to throw it over in the corner. He's got a man up there, and no, they're going to say no flag on it. May have grabbed him a little early, but no flag on the play. So that's going to bring up a 4th down. Got to get to the 5. Ball is dead on the 10-yard line, and it looks like the Panthers are going to line up and kick one here. This will be from the 17, so it'll make it 27 yards out of the hold of Rucker. And we're going to get moving, and I think that's going to go against the left tackle over there, or maybe the tight end on that left side. Ball start, and they'll move it back 5. So that'll back him up. They'll place it down along the 22. It'll be a 32-yard try here now. William McCraney will do the honors for the Panthers. Snap, good touch. Kick is up, and it is good. McCraney hits one from 32 yards out, and the Panthers on the board. Timeout. 6:26 to go in the first. Howard leads it, and the ball coming to them, 7-3. We'll be back.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce from our original recipe. And authentic toppings like crispy Old World pepperoni.
Because the Italian way is worth celebrating.
Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each.
Hello to America's most loved pizza. Hello, Marco's.
Welcome back to Ed to 4. So, Zach Punch will do the honors on the kickoff. Jeremiah Kelly will be the deep man. There's 40, fall forward, and let's see where they mark him, and they're going to put him dead on the 40. I believe they will. So Javarzier Meadows with a great return and puts the Huskies in business for their second possession of the game to try to answer the field goal from the Panthers. If you're just joining us, bad snap on the opening possession over the punter's head for the Perry Panthers gave the Huskies a first down at the 3-yard line. They went backwards on 2 plays, and then Jalen Clark hit Wynn Davidson, their tight end, on an 8-yard touchdown. On the subsequent kickoff, Perry drove it and had to settle on a 4th and 5 for a 32-yard field goal from William McCraney, 7-3. Toss it to Jeremiah Kelly. Panthers going to find him, and they're going to take him down in a big hurry. And let's see who that was that got in there. And that was number 9, the first man to really catch him behind the line of scrimmage, and that was Jamian Stokes. Huskies on a 2nd down and 10 from midfield stripe where they say touchdown on the return. Javian Clark's going to get changed at the line of scrimmage. They'll line up in an offset eye this time. Going to try to go to the fullback, and let's see how far he got. No, the Panthers read it perfectly again and tackled him right along the line of scrimmage. Number 19 was one of the first men in there. They went to Jeremiah Kelly, and that was C.J. D'Amico. Want to thank the folks that are watching in tonight from Perry that did not make the trip. Glad to have you with us and glad that you're a part of our broadcast tonight. Along with everybody else, our usual crew. Don't forget, all our games live on ESPNSports.com, YouTube Live. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube Live channel, and we're also on Facebook Live. We got 3 simulcasts going at one time. Quarterback Clark's going to have to keep it himself, and he's not going to get very far. And this is a great defensive stand here by the Perry Panthers. Number 56 was one of them in there for the Panthers on the play, and that was Zeni West. So they'll have to kick it away. Back deep will go Daquan Wright for the Panthers. Going to fake it, and they're going to throw it over the middle. And on a 4th down play, they did a up pass to the blocker up front, which was the quarterback, Jalen Clark. And he had a man down there, and that was Javarzier Meadows, but just threw it over his head. He had his man beat down around the 38-yard line, just couldn't get it to him. So the Panthers now will have the ball right at the midfield stripe on their own 48-yard line, and it'll be 1st down and 10 with an opportunity to drive this ball now with 4:12 in the first and possibly take the lead. So out come the Panthers on a 1st down play. Going to throw it out in the flat to Wright. Wright's going to bobble it, and it's going to go out of bounds, incomplete. Tried to look and didn't look it in. Tried to run upfield with it before he got it. Had room on that sideline, too, had he caught it. Tommy D'Amico will go out. They'll go trips to this near side now with Marion Hall and Wright. Going to take and give it to the big tailback. Why not? He's had a good night to start, and he's going to get up by about 7 yards on that carry before he's brought down. And I take that back. Let's see. That time on the carry was Tyrell Owens, number 7. Wright and Marion will go split to that far side. They'll stack everybody over there. Aaron Hall, tight end, or the fullback. Bailey will be up top as well, too. Going to take and going to run that side. And the big tailback's going to drop out, get out, and that's Owens, and he's going to have room to run. He's got a 1st down, and he's going to go from the 46 of Howard, and he's going to go all the way to the 38. So an 8-yard pickup, and he gives them a new set of downs. Let's see if they mark it at the 38 or the 39. They'll go 38. It'll be 1st and 10 from that point. So Owens now is your tailback on this series. Trips to that side. Going to throw it out in the flat to Right again. He catches it this time. Huskies have pretty good defense, and they're going to stack him up for only about a 3-yard gain on the play. And on the tackle that time for the Huskies was number 43, Blash, and number 42, Isaiah Barber. Rucker in a shotgun. Going to leave it with the second man through this time, and that's Kendrick back in the ball game. And he's going to get to the line of scrimmage, and the Huskies going to push him down, and that's as far as he's going to go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7. Rucker tries to draw him offside, does not on a hard count. Now he'll look to his sideline, and he'll get ready with the play. Stands in a shotgun on a 3rd down and 8. Ball's going to dribble back to him. Pressure going to get it out here to Kendrick, and he had room to run. He picked it up, and he's going inside the 15. He's going to get pushed out on about the 11-yard line, maybe the 10, and they'll put him out on the 10. And that was a big play by Kendrick and the quarterback, Lane Rucker, because he put that ball on the ground and had to pick it up. And there was all kind of backside pressure coming his way, and then somebody tried to shoot a gap up front, and he got it out to Kendrick, and Kendrick was off to the races. And the Huskies were lucky to catch him and knock him out of bounds. Tyrell Owens will be now in the backfield. Bailey will be swapped in that H-back position, or up back over to the left side. And they'll go to Owens, and he'll step in on the 10, go to the 8, maybe the 7-yard line. I think they're going to give him the 8. 2nd down and goal from there. $1:20 to go in the quarter. Going to take, and he's going to give it. No, he's going to throw it in the back of the end zone, and he was going for right to no avail. Good job up front here tonight. Across the front, they'll go Trevor Vandersall, Preston Prater, Quintorio Davis, Stuart Redmond, and Desmond Manning. Take that back. That may be Donovan Haslam. Take and going to give to Kendrick. Kendrick's going to try to get outside on a 3rd down and goal. He's going to go from the 8-yard line. He may have gotten the 6, and I believe that's where they're going to mark him, and it's going to be a 4th down. And so it looks like Perry's going to reach for a field goal again here. And McCraney will come in out of the hole to Rucker and try to put this one through. They'll place it down, let's see, probably along the 12-yard line, maybe the 13-yard line. So it'll be a 23-yard kick from the spot. And let's see, do we got a timeout? Huskies call timeout. We'll take it with them. 30 seconds, 27 seconds to go in the first. Howard leads at 7-3. We'll be back with the field goal after this.
Macon Boots is the newest addition to Midtown Macon. With brands like Rocky, Ariete, Georgia Boots, and more, Macon Boots can help you find the boots you're looking for with unbeatable prices. Whether it's boots for work, everyday wear, or maybe boots are just your thing, we have a whole selection from America, Canada, and Australia. While you're here, make sure to check out our authentic belt buckles, handmade knives, genuine leather wallets, and much more that you can only find at Macon Boots. We fit Macon.
Welcome back. 7-3, 27 seconds to go here in this first period of play. There are some other key games around the area. We'll try to keep up with those for you tonight as well as best we can as the scores come in. 7-3, so after a good drive, after the Huskies turned it over on downs on the Perry 48-yard line, the Panthers now will attempt their second field goal of their night from their kicker number 43, William McCraney. They'll place the ball down on the 13. It'll be 23 yards out on the kick if it's good. And draw the Panthers within 1. Out of the hole to Rucker. Snap, touch, kick is up. Kick is good. Second one of the night, timeout. 24 seconds in the first. 7-6 is your score. Huskies on top, and we'll get the ball when we come back.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Every day, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to America's most loved pizza. Hello, Marco's.
Planning on a holiday party with friends, family, or coworkers? Texas Border Grill's private banquet room offers seating from 5 to 55. Lunch to dinner 7 days a week. Featuring an amazing menu with aged beef, seafood, and so many other signature dishes. Texas Border Grill.
Welcome back to Ed to 4. Second field goal of the night for William McCraney. William Punch will kick it deep to the Huskies. And it'll be a short kick, and Meadows will pick it up again, and this time he won't get away. On the tackle that time was number 28 for the Panthers. And he brings him down, Jared Fuller, sophomore linebacker, and he's going to bring him down. Let's see where they mark it at. I believe it's going to be on the 33-yard line. Nope, put it on 36. So Howard will come out. Javarzier Meadows now will be a wide out to that far side. Duran Wilder will be to this near side. Jalen Clark with an empty backfield, except he will have Jeremiah Kelly back there on one wing, and they're going to hand it off on another wing formation from the other side, and I believe that was Randall Mason, number 14. We'll see who got it. No, that was Meadows that came up with it. They're going to drop him for a 1-yard loss from the 36 back to the 35. And it's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And that's the end of the quarter. We'll head to the second. Timeout, 7-6. We go to the second when we come back. Howard Huskies on top. You're listening to GHSA Football on DSBNSports.com. We'll return.
Hey folks, Russell from Gridiron Game of the Week. When you get ready to buy a new car or a newer automobile, there's always the dilemma of what to do with your current car. Well, that's where You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em at 3306 Vineville Avenue comes in. You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em is the original automobile dealership with the owner in mind. For 18 years, You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em has been the only alternative to giving your car to a local dealer on a trade-in or trying to market your car yourself. So when you get ready to sell your old car, give them a call today at 254-6310. That's You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em, 3306 Vineville Avenue.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce from our original recipe. And authentic toppings like crispy Old World pepperoni. Because the Italian way is worth celebrating. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to America's most loved pizza. Hello, Marco's.
We start the second. Howard has it, goes to Jeremiah Kelly, and he's not going to go very far. And the Panthers had a man get in there in a hurry, and another loss of about 4 or 5 yards on the play. And that was number 6, and that was Jackie S. Jackson, the cornerback, junior. So it brings up a 3rd down and about 16 with the ball where they started on the 36 back to just inside the 31. Jeremiah Kelly wings with Javarius Javarzier Meadows tried to throw it back inside to number 22, and nobody was fooled on the play at all as they tried to bring it back in to Scott Campbell. And another loss on the play, this time back inside the 30. So good defense by the Perry Panthers. Daquan Wright will be the deep man. He'll stand along his own 35-yard line. Punt will cross the midfield stripe, take a little bit of a bounce, get bobbled by Wright, and it'll go out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it about the 42-yard line. First half rushing, Howard, 6 rushes for 10 yards, first quarter rather. Perry, 12 rushes for 65 yards. Howard was 1 of 2 for 8 yards throwing. Perry was 3 for 8. Rucker for 37 yards. Thank you, Mr. Goolsby. So Rucker will bring him out on the field. He'll start with Tyrell Owens in the backfield this time. Wright will be split to this near side. Marion and Hall to the other side. Tyler Bailey will be in full. They'll move the man from right to left on the protection, or left to right rather, and they'll go to him, and Owens has got room to run. He'll cross the 40, roll on out to about the 40. Let's see where they mark him. They're going to call him the 46. One of the first men to meet him over there. Number 47 for the Huskies. And the coach is obviously giving somebody a jersey that they did not have a number 4 before. So they're going to take Rucker's going to go to Owens this time, and he's going to try to cut it back inside, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. And number 43 on the tackle that time, and that was Keanu Bush. Marion Hall will be the wide out to the far side. Wright will be to this near side. This time, McKeel Kendrick will be back in the backfield behind Rucker. Bailey will be his lead blocker. Snap, going to go to him. Going to step in, and he's going to get it back to the line of scrimmage and lean forward across the 50 into the 48-yard line, almost of the Huskies. And that's going to give him enough for a first down and keep the drive alive for the Panthers. Curtis Head checks in for the Panthers now, along with Terrell Owens. And they'll go with both of them in the backfield. Wright will be split to this near side. Rucker in his shotgun. Head and Owens in the backfield on a first down and 10 play. Go to Head. He'll break a tackle. Break outside. Broke another tackle. He's got room to run. If somebody can't catch him, he may go. Down to 30, 25, 20, and they'll run him out of bounds. Maybe around the 25 is where they'll finally see he went out. So number 20, Curtis Head, comes in and gives a boost to the Panthers. And he goes from the 48 to the 25, a 23-yard pickup. And let's see if we got anything else on the field. Looking for a flag. Looked like somebody was looking for one. Don't see it. He'll keep the same lineup, go to Head again. He's got room to run, and he's going to vault his way all the way down to the 15.5. He may be short of our first down by a half a yard, but I think he's going to get it, and he does. First down and 10. So that time it was Head and Kendrick in the backfield, and he certainly has brought them in a change of pace. Sophomore, 6 foot, 160. Right to this near side along with Marion. Hall to split the far side. First down and 10. Take and go to Kendrick. Second man through. Flag's going to come in. He's going to fight for yardage, get the line of scrimmage, and fall forward for 2 to the 13. But we may have a hold. We'll check it and see. And it is a hold. And let's see where they're going to mark the flag at. Was it along the line of scrimmage or was it from the 13? They mark it on the 15, so it may be 10 from the 15, and that's what they're going to do. First down, back them up 10, make it first and 10 along, first and 20 along the 25. So a penalty slows the drive momentarily for the Panthers. Rucker in a shotgun. Head will be his lone setback. Going to drop straight back. Make that Kendrick back there. He's going to get chased. Going to loft it in the end zone to a wide open man. And he broke the coverage and somebody just fell apart in the secondary for the Howard Huskies. And Aaron Hall has a 25-yard touchdown pass. And they'll quickly line up and let's see if they'll go for two. Somebody coming on late for the Huskies and he'll have to get off. They'll line up in a kind of weird formation, and they'll go in a wildcat with Daquan Wright, and Paul Carroll's going to call a timeout, and that's his second of the half. We'll keep it right here for you. Howard takes the timeout. Let's see if we can run down some scores for you here and see if we can find anything. Well, trying to see if I've got anything here with an update for you. Don't have anything here. Just out of single A, Josiah Cotton with a long touchdown run. Mount LaSalle's over Tatnall, 7-0. Now they'll line up and they'll kick it this time. Looked like they were going to go for two out of a kind of a funky wildcat formation. But now they'll kick it. Snap is low, going to get it up. A great job by Rucker. Extra point is good. And just like that, the Panthers take the lead 13-7. Timeout. We'll be back.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Every day, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to America's most loved pizza. Hello, Marco's.
Okay. Welcome back to Ed DePore. Trying to give you any updates we can find as soon as we can get them. Let's see what we've got. Another single A score, Stratford and FPD. FPD leads that one. Kickoff will come this way. Ball comes out to about the 27. Number 11 was one of them in on the tackle, and that was Tyron Mobley, along with number 6, Jackie S. Jackson, junior cornerback. Thomason leads Baldwin 28-0. Wow. Jalen Clark going to take and going to leave it up front with Portillo. And he's going to have some room to run, and he's going to lose the football, and Perry's going to fall on it. Maybe. No, it looks like the Huskies may have gotten it. And the Huskies had a man, Javarzier Meadows, that went down there, and really Perry had a chance to get it. Number 10 had his hand, and that was Reuben Whitehead, and he just couldn't hang on to it. So it gives them a big gain from the 27 out to the 49-yard line of Perry, and boy, did they get lucky that time. And that was Gerard Patillo on the carry, the fullback. So they'll stay in the wing. Jeremiah Kelly, Javarzier Meadows, Patillo going to give it to Meadows. Meadows is going to step in, and the Panthers are going to eat him up. And they have not been pulled, and that was Jamayan Stokes, junior linebacker, on the tackle. Flag's going to come in, and let's see what it's going to be. Ball on the 49, and it was a dead ball foul. It's going to be a personal foul against the Huskies.
As soon as our guy pulled their guy off, flag went. Blood pressure went up. Holding on the offense.
Yeah, it was not a dead ball. It was a holding call. It took a long time to get to that. And that's going to move it all the way back to the 38-yard line. And it's going to be first down from the hold spot. So that means it was 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage where the penalty occurred. So we're going to call it 1st and 22. Ball back on their own 37 now. Clark's going to roll out. Got pressure. Going to throw it and almost picked off. Number 11 was right there, Tyron Mobley, and he's had a pretty good night on defense for the Panthers so far. So 2nd down and 23. Let's see. Most of this is local. Lincoln County over in Augusta area leads Greene County 21-6. That's in the 2nd quarter. Tatnall and Mount DeSales 14-13 here in Macon. Lumpkin County down to Greater Atlanta Christian 21-0. We'll catch up with some more in a second. Camden County and Colquitt's going to be a good one. Go to Jeremiah Kelly. Got 1 block, needs 2. Off to the races, and he's got room to run, and he's going to come up 9 yards short of a first down. It looks like maybe a little bit less than that, so a big pickup from the 38. He'll go across the 50. Let's see where they finally mark him down. They're going to mark him at the 50, so they're only going to give him a 12-yard pickup on the play, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Now Kelly will be the lone setback, and they're going to line up with 3 receivers. Let's see what they do with Javarzier Meadows. Remember, coming into the night, he was the 2nd leading rusher out of the wing formation at tailback and the leading receiver with 23 receptions for the team. Jeremiah Kelly, lone setback. Clark going to throw a dump pass, and it almost got picked off again. And that was a slow developing play and a dangerous play. Ezekiel Marion looked like he was in there on the play. No, take that back. And that was Jamayan Stokes. And he's had some good plays on the defensive side of the ball. And now Howard's going to kick it away. Juan Cardenas comes in. Lone return man was going to be right. He'll stand along his 10-yard line in a 13-7 lead for Perry. Kick is going to get away. Wright's going to call for a fair catch, and he's going to make it at the 17-yard line, maybe the 18 is where they'll finally mark him. Let's go back and look at some of these scores we were looking at again. This one's a big game south of here. Justin Rogers and the Colquitt County Packers. They trail Camden County 14-13. Waco 21, Dodge County nothing. That's 6:52 to go into first. And I've got some Atlanta stuff, but we're going to stay away from that for right now. Other game here locally in Macon tonight, Stratford leads FPD 7-0. No, take that back. FPD leads Stratford 17-0. We told you Thomason up 28-0 on Baldwin after 1. Rucker going to take and give it to his big tailback, and he's going to rush across to the 25-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play. That's Owens in there at tailback this time. Rucker going to give it to Owens, and why not? Had a big night already. He's going to rush across the 35, get to the 37, maybe to 38. More than enough for the first down on a 2nd and 4. They'll mark it at the 38-yard line. 6:11 to go, and the clock runs. This time, Terrell Owens is going to be sacked down behind the backfield that time by Andrew Garnett. Loss of about 2 is where they'll mark him along the 36. Let's see, maybe the 30. They'll give him the 37. So it'll be a 1-yard loss. This time they'll bring Kendrick in at tailback. Right to this near side in the slot will go Marion, to that far side. Wide will be Aaron Hall, who has a touchdown pass on the night. Rucker in a shotgun. Look, going to throw it back over here on a little slip screen to right out on the side, and he's got room to run, and the big man's right down the field. 1 man to beat. Going to get brought down inside the Huskies' 20-yard line, down around the 17. Number 33 had to get him in a hurry, and that was Anthony Chapman. First down and 10, a big pickup for the Panthers, and they knock on the door again. 5:08 with a 6-point lead. Going to take and going to give it to Kendrick, and he's going to step in and get inside the 10. Going to be about a half yard short, maybe a yard of the first down. Got to get to the 8. They'll mark him at the 9. It'll be 2nd and extremely short, and the Panthers are knocking on the door and trying to stretch this one out to a 2-possession game. 13-7. Clock rolls under 4:43. Tay going to give to Kendrick again. Step in. Not this time. The Huskies may stop him short of the first down. He's going to lose yards back to the 10. So a loss of 1 on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 2. So the Huskies trying to bow their back on defense. Perry trying to add to their lead. They lead it by 6 now, 13-6. Clock at 4:17. It should be under 4 when we go to this snap. Key 3rd down here for both of these football teams in a key region battle. Rucker going to give it to Tyrell Owens. He's got room to run, and he's going to get brought down. A big play that time by number 9, Jalen Clark, I believe, was in there on the tackle. And that was Jordan Gray on the tackle, rather. And he's going to be awfully close to a first down, and they're going to measure this one. And this is going to be big. Looked to me like Gray got in there and shot him down. If he had gotten around Gray, he might have been all into the score. This is going to be really close, and we're going to look at it with the glasses. They'll stretch it, and it will be a first down by the length of the football. So 1st and goal for the Panthers. .403, the clock is stopped on the measurement. Ball is going to be placed down exactly on the 8 as the nose end of the football touching it. Tyrell Owens will be the lone setback. He'll move to the left of Rucker, and they'll go to him. He'll take and run. 5-3-2, and the Huskies will finally cut him down right there. Number 14 was one of the men in there, Randall Mason, to hit him. 2nd and goal, ball at the 2-yard line. Isaiah Barber in there on the tackle as well. Kendrick will be the lone setback. They'll go to him. He'll bobble it a little bit. He's going to fall in there for a touchdown, I believe. And yes, he will. So Kendrick gets on the board, and that makes it 19-7 with 3:02 to go here in the first quarter. They'll line up in the Wildcat formation, go for two with Wright. Wright's going to take it, going to try to sprint to that far side, and they're going to sack him back on the 9-yard line. And on the tackle on that play that time was number 3 for the Huskies, and that was Jalen Willis Jackson, a reserve running back and linebacker. 2:58 here. 19-7 now is your score. Now with those 2 extra points, or that extra point, become big for either one of these teams down the road. So Kendrick with a 2-yard touchdown run has his first score of the night. And it extends the lead for the Panthers to 19-7. Short kick along the 21 is where they'll return it from and get to about the 26-yard line before he's brought down. One of the first ones down there was Arthur Buck, a senior defensive back on the kickoff return. So the Huskies will start along their 26-yard line. Jalen Clark in a shotgun formation on a first down and 10. Going to take and go to Jeremiah Kelly. He's going to try to step in. He'll get back to about the line of scrimmage and maybe not much more. And he's going to be brought down on the play by number 94. And that's Quintavious Kendrick, the nose tackle, defensive end, sophomore, 5'11", 270. No gain on the play. Clock runs at 2:16, 2:15. Long time getting this play in from the sideline. 5 seconds on the shot clock, rather the play clock. Jalen Clark going to try to get outside. 25, get to the 30, going to cut it up inside. He's going to be really close to a first down. He's run out of bounds over there by Jackson. And a late flag comes in, and I'm not sure they may not get a late hit. Let's see what they got here. Flag is on about the 32. He ran it for a good probably 8 yards. Couldn't really see where he stepped out of bounds on that far side. Let's see if they're going to move him back. And I believe they are. It's going to be holding from the spot of the foul, which is the 32. Going to take him back to the 22. And that's going to bring up a second down. They got to get to, let's see, they'll put the ball on the 23-yard line. Got to get to the 36. So second down and 13 to go here. So the Huskies shooting themselves in the foot with 2:02 to go here in the first. Almost had a complete run for a first down. Seemed like somebody moved early. Got a completion out here. Who was that in the plat? To Jeremiah Kelly? No, that was Gervasia Meadows. Meadows is going to get up to the 33-yard line. And he's going to be about 3 yards short on a third down play coming. But the clock runs against him at 86 seconds to go in the half. Long time to get this play out. Clock at 119, 118. Third down, crucial third down for the Huskies here. Take and go to Jeremiah Kelly. He'll miss one man, but it's not the second one. And the first man that missed him got up and got him eventually. And that was big number 61, and that was Trent Johnson, the junior defensive lineman. And so the Huskies are, let's see who's going to call timeout here. Perry's going to call timeout. Good. 61 seconds. They have 2 timeouts left in the half. We'll keep it right here. Let's see if we can get you an update on anything score-wise here. Single A local here in Macon, FPD 13, Stratford 7. What else we got? Score out of let's see, Rome 23, Paulding County 14. And that is all I've got right this second. And what else we got? Nothing else local. Try to find you something local, but we couldn't get it. Well, it's a slow night on the scores here tonight. So number 14, Daquan Wright, is going to stand on his own 35 with 67 seconds to go here in the half. Weird punt formation for Howard, and they almost got it blocked. Somebody may have got a hand on it, and the ball is going to kick down to the 35. Wright's going to stay away from it, wisely so. So 65 yards from pay dirt with 58 seconds to go and a 12-point lead in the game. Off 2 field goals, a 25-yard touchdown pass from Rucker to Aaron Hall, and a 2-yard run by McKeel Kendrick. Howard's only score came on an 8-yard run or pass from Jalen Clark to Wynn Davidson, the tight end. So here we go. 58 seconds in the half. Rucker going to take and give it to Tyrell Owens, and he's big man's got 10 yards, maybe 11. He put the ball on the ground, and now Perry's going to pick it up, and they're going to let it go. And number 8, Ezekiel Marion, did they call him down or not? We're going to have to look at that one again. They're calling it a touchdown. It'll be a 65-yard touchdown play, and we're going to look at this one in the booth again on the replay. If you're looking on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, you can back this up yourself. And I don't know. We got to look at that again. We'll go back, and it looks like he was down on the ground to me. And that ball came out late, so I'm not for sure if he wasn't down. You can look for yourself if you're watching our game on our YouTube app. Snap, kick, up, and good. Timeout on the field. Your score, Perry 26, Howard 7.
How do you say, my attorney met with me personally?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I got the compensation I deserve?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I won my court case?
Thanks, Lester.
谢谢 Lester.
Thanks, Lester. You're a good man.
I am Lester Miller, and I will get you the compensation you deserve.
Thanks, Lester.
He ain't afraid of no one.
Welcome back to Ed DePore. Fumble recovery after the handoff to Owens by Ezekiel Marion. And he picked it up on his own 47 and ran it in for a touchdown for a 53-yard fumble recovery. And at the 45-second mark to go, so they handed it off to Owens. And Marion picks it up and scrambles it in for a touchdown. 41 seconds to go. Perry leads it 26-7. And we tried to give you as good a camera angle as we could on that from up top and on the ground. And it'll be a controversial call in this game, but right now this Panthers defense is playing so well, it may not. Number 19 in on the tackle with the clock running, and that was C.J. D'Amico. And that's going to be a loss from the 35 all the way back to the 27-yard line. Perry's going to take a timeout. And they're out of timeouts with that one. We'll keep it right here. Like I said, the scores ought to be coming in pretty soon from these other games, without a doubt. Once again, locally, halftime, Mountain DeSales 14, Tattnall 13. Mountain DeSales is undefeated. Bacon County and Metter 14-6. Metter leads that one. Some stuff from Thursday. America's Sumter 47, north side of Columbus 32. Carver won 50-33 over Westover. That's all I got. Second down. Clark going to throw it down here to Javarzier Meadows and overshot him. Back deep in coverage that time was number 11, and that was Tyron Mobley. Tyron Mobley's had a really good first half. Stops the clock with 24 seconds left. Now Perry is out of timeouts here. Howard has one. Ball is on the 27-yard line. Portillo comes in at fullback. Jeremiah Kelly, Javarzier Meadows, Jalen Clark this time will go under center on a third down play. Going to roll this way and look. Nowhere to go and just going to run out of bounds with the ball at the 32. I'm sorry, make that the 23-yard line. Fourth down. Ball is going to be marked on the 23. And with 20 seconds left, they're going to have to kick it away to Daquan Wright. So Juan Cardenas will punt this one away. Good snap. They had somebody coming in late, and there won't be a flag on it. And Perry's going to let it roll, and the clock's going to roll to 10, to 9, to 8, and they'll stop it at the 30-yard line. And with 8 ticks on the clock, that's where the Panthers will take over. 26-7 is your score. We'll keep it right here as we go to the end of the half. Well, let's see what else we got if we can get you a quick score in here. Lincoln County 42, Greene County 6. Jefferson 14, Morgan County 6. And they're going to down it down. And let's see. We got a flag here. I don't see a flag on the ground. I'm wondering why the clock stopped. And they'll roll it. And they'll go to the half. We'll take it with them. 26-7. Panthers on top as we go to halftime. You're listening to the Marco's Pizza DSBN Gridiron Game of the Week on DSBNSports.com. We'll return after these timeouts and get you ready for the second half.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce from our original recipe. And authentic toppings like crispy Old World pepperoni. Because the Italian way is worth celebrating. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to America's most loved pizza. Hello, Marco's.
I am Lester Miller, and if you've been in an accident or hurt on the job, I want to work for you. My office is right across the street from the Bibb County Courthouse, and it doesn't end there. Middle Georgia is my home. I graduated from high school here, college, and Mercer Law School. My family goes to church here. My kids go to school here. I work hard for my community, and when you need an attorney, I will personally take your call.
Thanks, Lester.
And I will work hard for you, too.
Contact Lester Miller today for your free consultation.
At the Cottages on Westland, inviting you to come see our spacious assisted living suites. Each suite has its own kitchenette, private bathroom, separate bedroom, and living space. We provide meals, housekeeping and laundry services, personal care assistance, and a variety of daily activities. Come by and visit us soon. You'll see why our residents feel at home and why families trust their loved ones to us at the Cottages on Westland.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Every day, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to America's most loved pizza. Hello, Marco's.
Planning on a holiday party with friends, family, or coworkers? Texas Border Grill's private banquet room offers seating from 5 to 55. Lunch to dinner 7 days a week. Featuring an amazing menu with aged beef, seafood, and so many other signature dishes. Texas Border Grill.
Dr. Lee Stockslager and Dr. John Coe at North Macon Dental Associates are proud supporters of high school athletics. Their office welcomes new patients and offers treatments that include routine checkups, restorations, crowns and bridges, oral surgery, Zoom whitening, and implant dentistry. They also treat orthodontic patients with Invisalign. Visit us online at northmacondental.com.
Hey folks, Russell from Gridiron Game of the Week. When you get ready to buy a new car or a newer automobile, there's always the dilemma of what to do with your current car. Well, that's where You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em at 3306 Vineville Avenue comes in. You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em is the original automobile dealership with the owner in mind. For 18 years, You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em has been the only alternative to giving your car to a local dealer on a trade-in or trying to market your car yourself. So when you get ready to sell your old car, give them a call today at 254-6310. That's You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em, 3306 Vineville Avenue.
Macon Boots is the newest addition to Midtown Macon. With brands like Rocky, Ariat, Georgia Boots, and more, Macon Boots can help you find the boots you're looking for with unbeatable prices. Whether it's boots for work, everyday wear, or maybe boots are just your thing, we have a whole selection from America, Canada, and Australia. While you're here, make sure to check out our authentic belt buckles, handmade knives, genuine leather wallets, and much more that you can only find at Macon Boots. We fit Macon.
How do you say, my attorney met with me personally?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I got the compensation I deserve?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I won my court case?
Thanks, Lester.
谢谢 Lester.
Thanks, Lester. You're a good man.
I am Lester Miller, and I will get you the compensation you deserve.
Thanks, Lester.
He ain't afraid of no one.
There is a legend among fishermen in central Georgia about Kudzu Seafood Company and the most interesting man in seafood, Captain Lee. To create his infamous jam pups, Captain Lee has a school of docile barracuda trained to grate the cheese and panko breadcrumbs with their razor-sharp teeth as he, Captain Lee, gently tucks individual grains of rice into his shrimp and sausage jambalaya. Rice, Captain Lee handpicked while blindfolded, a skill acquired from years of silent training in a Tibetan island monastery. Stop in at Kudzu Seafood Company, 473rd Street, downtown Macon, and see the legend for yourself. Stay coastal, my friends.
I'm King Kemper, and on behalf of the Macon Touchdown Club, we want to take a moment to thank the many individual, corporate, and community supporters in the Middle Georgia area that continue to support the Macon Touchdown Club and its educational foundation. The Macon Touchdown Club was founded in 1946, making it one of the oldest touchdown clubs in the South, honoring student athletes. As we enter our 74th year, the Macon Touchdown Club Educational Foundation has awarded over $350,000 in college scholarships to local high school scholar athletes. All of this has been made possible by the generous support of our members, corporate sponsors, and the Middle Georgia community. On behalf of the Macon Touchdown Club, we would like to thank you for your tremendous support. To find out more about becoming a member of the Macon Touchdown Club, our educational foundation, and this year's schedule, please visit MaconTouchdownClub.com.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce from our original recipe. And authentic toppings like crispy Old World pepperoni. Because the Italian way is worth celebrating. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to America's most loved pizza. Hello, Marco's.
I am Lester Miller, and if you've been in an accident or hurt on the job, I want to work for you. My office is right across the street from the Bibb County Courthouse, and it doesn't end there. Middle Georgia is my home. I graduated from high school here, college, and Mercer Law School. My family goes to church here. My kids go to school here. I work hard for my community, and when you need an attorney, I will personally take your call.
Thanks, Lester.
And I will work hard for you, too.
Contact Lester Miller today for your free consultation.
Cottages on Westland, inviting you to come see our spacious assisted living suites. Each suite has its own kitchenette, private bathroom, separate bedroom, and living space. We provide meals, housekeeping and laundry services, personal care assistance, and a variety of daily activities. Come by and visit us soon. You'll see why our residents feel at home and why families trust their loved ones to us at the Cottages on Westland.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Every day, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to America's most loved pizza. Hello, Marco's.
Planning on a holiday party with friends, family, or coworkers? Texas Border Grill's private banquet room offers seating from 5 to 55. Lunch to dinner 7 days a week. Featuring an amazing menu with aged beef, seafood, and so many other signature dishes. Texas Border Grill.
Dr. Lee Stockslager and Dr. John Coe at North Macon Dental Associates are proud supporters of high school athletics. Their office welcomes new patients and offers treatments that include routine checkups, restorations, crowns and bridges, oral surgery, Zoom whitening, and implant dentistry. They also treat orthodontic patients with Invisalign. Visit us online at northmacondental.com.
Hey folks, Russell from Gridiron Game of the Week. When you get ready to buy a new car or a newer automobile, there's always the dilemma of what to do with your current car. Well, that's where You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em at 3306 Vineville Avenue comes in. You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em is the original automobile dealership with the owner in mind. For 18 years, You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em has been the only alternative to giving your car to a local dealer on a trade-in or trying to market your car yourself. So when you get ready to sell your old car, give them a call today at 254-6310. That's You Park 'Em, You Sell 'Em, 3306 Vineville Avenue.
Macon Boots is the newest addition to Midtown Macon. With brands like Rocky, Ariat, Georgia Boots, and more, Macon Boots can help you find the boots you're looking for with unbeatable prices. Whether it's boots for work, everyday wear, or maybe boots are just your thing, we have a whole selection from America, Canada, and Australia. While you're here, make sure to check out our authentic belt buckles, handmade knives, genuine leather wallets, and much more that you can only find at Macon Boots. We fit Macon.
How do you say, my attorney met with me personally?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I got the compensation I deserve?
Thanks, Lester.
Thanks, Lester.
How do you say, I won my court case?
Thanks, Lester.
谢谢 Lester.
Thanks, Lester. You're a good man.
I am Lester Miller, and I will get you the compensation you deserve.
Thanks, Lester.
He ain't afraid of no one.
And welcome back to Ed DePore Stadium. Russell Deese with you here on a football Friday night at halftime, and the band plays on, as they say. Right now, the Howard Huskies marching band is on the field. We got to see the Perry Panthers there for a moment. We're sorry you didn't get to see them. We were away for a break. But right now, from the Central Georgia Sports Report, let's welcome in Michael Lau. Mike, good evening, and a little bit of a shocker here at Ed DePore tonight, considering that you would figure that Howard would come back from that West Lawrence loss and having a bye week. But I tell you what, this Perry Panthers defense is something else. We'll go over some stats here in just a second.
Perry really came to play. You know, they've just been sharper. You know, even when it was a tie game, they were down there, they're getting closer, getting some field goals, but they're just making plays, and they just seem to have a lot more juice in the tank. I'm just surprised that Howard's not. Now again, halftime conversations can be what they are, and
right.
You realize what's not working, but you got to block. Stuff works when you block and play hard. A little bit more than. But they need to do some stuff really soon.
Yeah, let's run down how the first half scoring went. It was 9:49 in the first that Howard got a touchdown from Jalen Clark to Wynn Davidson, his tight end. It was an 8-yard completion. Elizabeth Rodenroth to perfect on the year. The extra point 7-0, and then the Panthers struck back. William McCraney at the 6:26 mark of the first period, got a 32-yard field goal. That closed it to 7-3. Then with 24 seconds to go in the first, McCraney got his second field goal of the night, a 23-yarder. That made it 7-6. And then all of a sudden, the Perry Panthers woke up. They got a 25-yard touchdown pass in the second with 7:57 to go in that quarter. Record to Aaron Hall, and the extra point was good, and that made it 13-7. Then a 2-yard run with 3:02 to go in the half by McKeel Kendrick made it 19-7. And then on a 53-yard fumble recovery, this was interesting. Tyrell Owens ran the ball up the middle, and as he was going down to the ground, he fumbled the ball, and Ezekiel Marion picked it up and ran it 53 yards for a touchdown. They went for 2. It was no good. No, they went for the extra point. That made it 26-7, and that's where we stay. And Mike, back to this performance, and if you look at the halftime stats, they've held the stats that we got from Mr. Goolsby here in the booth with us was 12 rushes, 10 yards, 5 for 9 passing for 23 yards, 33 yards total of offense. Perry had 201 on the ground, 108 passing. They were 5-10, 309 yards in the first half. And I'll tell you, their defense up front has just stymied this rushing attack.
They're blowing it up. I mean, they're owning the line of scrimmage, and they're really kind of owning it on both sides. They're having a little more ball control. They're able to get a little bit, they're having big plays. They're getting field goals. They're getting touchdowns. I wouldn't have thought that Howard would have gotten, not by, I thought the big butt hammering they were going to have up front was last week. It was 2 weeks ago against West Lawrence.
Right.
I don't think there was anybody else in the region capable of doing this kind of thing to really anybody. Outside of maybe Spalding. All these teams are so even, and you just expected a lot more, a little more fight off the ball and tackling. Howard's not playing a fundamentally sound defensive game at all.
No.
They're on special teams. Either way.
No, I agree with you. The tackling has been sloppy by Howard, and to this point, really, outside of the mistake with the snap over the punter's head in the opening possession, Perry's played pretty good fundamental football this whole half.
And that's a Merry Christmas touchdown.
Yeah.
So, in reality, figuratively, it's almost 26-0.
Yeah, you're right.
Because they haven't done anything to drive the ball. They haven't earned anything. They haven't earned a chance to get any points.
And on the first 2 plays after that, they had the ball at the 3-yard line. They went backwards for 2 plays, and on third down got the pass when the defensive back fell down in the end zone, slipped on the turf.
Yeah.
So anything else happening around Middle Georgia? Exciting. I believe there's a few games around. I got a new phone. I'm trying to keep up with Twitter, and I'm lost as last year's Easter egg. It's my Jake Fromm small hands.
Looking at, brother. I'll just let that go with the smallness right there.
What you got?
Warren Robinson and Thomas County Central are tied at 10.
Right.
That should be good. That should be a good game. Washington County's up on Dodge County 21-7. Lee County's up over Northside 21-0 at halftime. That's not a big surprise.
Yeah, and I don't think the Waco score maybe is. That's going to be a pretty good game, decent game.
And we'll see what happens in the second half.
Right.
Same thing. Dodge is a power team. That can throw the ball more than Washington County can, so they're going to be more able to come back. Dublin's rolling in their game over Southwest, 43-16.
Ooh.
Yeah. Veterans and Harris County are 13-all. And that was going to be a good game. Veterans is probably going to have a little bit of a letdown after Bainbridge.
Right.
Mount Sale's Tatnall. Mount Sale's up by 1.
14-13 in that game. Yeah. That's going to be a good game.
The surprise so far to me is Thompson's beating Baldwin 28-0.
Yeah, and that was in the first period.
And that was and they were Baldwin took that game last year and got on their roll, and now you knew they weren't going to do the same thing this year, but 28-0 is a surprise. I don't know that Thompson is that substantially better, but no, those are Central's only down 7-6 to Pike County. That's as of a while ago, so
that's a good game. We don't have anything on Peach and Rutland, but we probably don't need
really
anything.
The last I have here was 54-6.
Right. Something a little north, Cartersville 28 and Sandy Creek 21, and that's for all of a sudden on Friday nights. Now this is a good game. Colquitt County and Camden County. Colquitt leads them 20-17.
That's a little better than Bleckley County and East Orange, which is 52-0 at the half.
Yeah, poor old East Orange. They've had a pretty rough time in it. But I have noticed the scores are a little late coming, are slow getting in, but they'll pick up here in second half as somebody starts to pull away.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this game. It just kind of surprised me because I think Howard, has been the second best team, by a hair over everybody else. But I sit down there and see Upson Lee's coaching staff is is here, and they've found ways to lose close games. About 3.
And that's who the Huskies got next week.
Yeah, and Mary Persons has won close games. Everybody's really even. So I guess.
What about Mary Persons tonight? Are they off tonight, or are they playing?
This is the only region game.
This is the only region game. Okay,
yeah.
So we look at the Region 2 4A standings, and it's West Lawrence at 6-1 going in tonight. They were 2-0. Perry was 3-3 overall and 1-0 in the region. Mary Persons 4-3, 2-0. They beat Spalding last week, and then Howard with the only loss Jones County. And then the loss last week was to West Lawrence.
Yeah.
They were sitting really at third place, but they were 0-1. And then Upson Lee is 2-5 and 0-2, and Spalding's 1-6 and 0-2. So
it's funny that when you look at Mary Persons and Upson Lee could both be 0-2, but I just don't. Now this just makes it that much tighter of a region. I don't. I thought it was going to be West Lawrence and then Howard, and then somebody was going to pull it, but I didn't know that Perry hadn't really been that consistent,
right,
on offense or defense, and now they're doing it on both sides.
Well, you kind of got the feeling after the Veterans game maybe they were turning the corner a little bit. I mean, they got beat by Houston County. They got beat up here by West Side by 20 points.
Yeah.
The Houston County score was 34-3. But they had beaten Upson Lee, they had beat Northeast, and they beat Monroe out of Albany. So you really thought this was going to be a closer game, but the Panthers here tonight, that first half of play was pretty damn good.
Yeah, they're really, the bottom line is people don't realize it's about everybody else. It's the offensive line, and they're winning it on both sides. They're beating Howard's offensive line, and they're just getting a push all the time. You just don't see that from Howard because they got the speed to get outside, but they're going to have to open it up. They're going to have to run some. You're going to have to throw a little bit more. They're going to have to run a little more misdirection, run a little, really more misdirection, just to lull them into what the wing T and a hybrid can do.
Right.
But I tell you what, man, Perry's playing really disciplined defense.
That and it's not only the push, is that they're holding the edge, and that's what they're doing so
they're
well
clogging
tonight.
Up everything.
They're clogging up everything. They're getting a push in the middle, but they're holding that edge, and that's where Howard, with Javarzier Meadows and Jeremiah Kelly, have been able to hurt people. So because they get people on the wings on you, and then all of a sudden your middle gets soft.
And they find that way, and they find that hole and cut back. They just seem to find something. I don't know if Howard has anybody out on the offensive line. Like I said, you'd think that they'd just be able to make a little better push. But now, Perry's had, teams have trouble sometimes in the second half. You try to get too much. They've had some. Their passing game is down a little bit from last year. They're like even with touchdowns and interceptions. So, there's potential for Howard to come back. I mean, they're too good not to make some run.
26-7 from what you've seen out of them offensively so far. Looks like a deep hole, and they deferred to the second half, so they're going to get the ball here. This is a huge drive to start this second half for Howard here.
Get a few first downs.
Yeah.
Just get moving forward. Get some confidence going. Keep their defense on the field for 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean less than 50 yards of offense, and that's with sacks and everything else. But and the penalties. The penalties have gone against Howard here tonight.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you that big fumble recovery that Owens had, that Marion picked up.
Yeah.
I've looked at the replay half a dozen times. We had a field level view of it. It's hard to tell. It could have gone either way on the call.
Yeah.
But it went the Panthers' way, and that was almost a breaking play.
Yeah, that late in the half. I mean, it's just. But then that's also the thing that can piss the team off more. If we play sharper, if we play harder, he doesn't score and go all the way.
Well, we'll get ready for the second half here, and Javion Clark is going to be the deep man. Javarzier Meadows. I'll say it 3 different ways before I get it out. Jeremiah Kelly, they'll stand along the 20 and the 15 respectively. And like we said, Javion Clark will be back. Kicking off will be Zach Punch, and I believe that's the correct pronunciation, if you'll help me with that, Punch.
Yep.
Okay.
Very good.
Very good. Like Latin paid off.
You got Zach right.
Short squib kick, and it's going to be picked up, and a good return here, and that was Jeremiah Kelly, I believe, on the return, and it was Jeremiah Kelly. So squib kick, sometimes it's great, sometimes it'll kill you.
Well, I think I think it kills you a lot less than people. I'd like to squib more often.
Yeah.
You can get it bouncing off anybody on the field.
Yeah, and I'm a bigger fan of that than the short pooch kick, because if you break the containment one line and you're gone.
Right.
So we'll start the second half here, and let's see what the Howard Huskies can do. I want to thank everybody watching in tonight. Don't forget, we'll have our Pawn Max Player of the Game, and then we'll do our wrap-up show, The Final Verdict, presented by Lester Miller, attorney at law, and direct snap to Jeremiah Kelly, and the Panthers are going to pick up right where they left off, and number 19 is going to be in there on the play for them, and that's C.J. D'Amico. So, and he'll lose 3 yards on the play in an inauspicious start for the Howard Huskies offense once again. And it's just pressure up the middle, Mike.
Yeah. I mean, they're not, they almost, you want to go with some quick passes outside, get something just to get some space. You got to create some space if it's not there. And they're not giving them any. Some, little pump fake and hitch and goes, man.
This time they'll split Meadows out to this far side. They'll have Campbell in the slot. Single setback will be Jeremiah Kelly, H-back, and they'll go to Kelly, and he'll try to break containment. Got outside of one, going to get dragged down right across the 50, and he's going to blow his way into about the 48-yard line of the Panthers, and that's a good pickup from the 43, and he'll pick up about 9 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 3 to go. Finally got somebody on a corner.
Yeah. Gave a little up the middle look. There's a lot of blocking up the middle. One guy went out and blocked nobody.
So Jalen Clark will wait patiently as he gets the call from the sideline.
You got to get the plays in faster. That's really.
Clock down to 10 on the play clock. 10:30 to go here in the 3rd period of play. Going to take and give it to Jeremiah Kelly, and he's got room to run this time, and he'll go from the 48 and fall into the 43. Pick up a 5, needed 3 on the play, and it'll keep the drive alive and a new set of downs for the Huskies.
A little life on the Howard sidelines, which it's a first down, but they haven't had many things to cheer about.
Right.
So you've got to have the sidelines got to keep the players alive.
Along with your offensive line.
Yeah. I mean, you got to get them fired up, get out there and whoop a little backside.
Yep. Put a hat on somebody. And the Panthers come down, and they're going to set in a 4-3. Going to take, and Clark's going to roll this way. Look, boom, threw it behind his man, Javarzier Meadows, on the 34-yard line, and he was open as he had split on just a little hook route right in front of number 3 that time, and that was Chris Stewart. 2nd down and 10.
They got to do just go a little deeper too. Just if the slot, I think it was the slot guy, if he just kept going, there was nobody behind his man.
Well, not only that, is he clears that linebacker zone out and keeps the pressure off the line.
Yeah. Because you're playing single safety and they're coming in, and if you
Meadows and they do a little counter, and there goes Jeremiah Kelly, and he's going to pick up good yardage from the 43 to the 25. And that's going to be an 18-yard pickup and a 1st down. And that was the motion. Somebody went with the eye candy of Meadows going from this left to right motion, kind of an old Gus Malzahn thing. Got to stay away from the eye bait, as they say, and they didn't.
And that's this is Howard's thing. This is the first Howard-like possession.
Even though it's really their first drive of the night like this.
It's 4 plays, and it looks normal.
They'll come up with a 4-3 on the defense, and now they'll back one off, but they'll sneak everybody up, and they're almost in a 4-4. And let's see, we got to delay a game.
Procedure.
False start, going to back them up 5. And the other thing is neither team wants to sit there and shoot themselves in the foot, but so far in this game, most of the penalties have been against the Huskies.
Oh, the pre-snap penalties are just
week off. Do that to you?
No, it's just people's brains
freeze.
Taking 3 seconds off for no reason at all.
That's right. So Jeremiah Kelly will be in the backfield. Campbell will be in the slot. Meadows will be out wide, and they'll send Portillo in motion, and they'll move him from right to left, and they'll go that way with Jeremiah Kelly. Step in, 7 yards on the carry. Goes from the 31 to the 29, or the 24, rather. So a good pickup, and then picks up the penalty plus 1 back, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. Going to have to get to right at the 15 rather, to pick up a new set of downs. This time they'll stack the receivers. Campbell, Meadows will go in motion. This time they'll fake it, go right back underneath to Jeremiah Kelly, and he's going to be 2 yards short of the first down at the 17-yard line, and it's going to bring up a third and manageable 2 if they can get somebody off the defense, and that's Jeremiah Kelly that's slow to get up. And he is not going to get up, and he's going to go down. We'll take a 30-second timeout and come back. Big blow for the Huskies there to lose that young man. 3rd and 2 when we come back. 8:22 to go in the half. Panthers lead it 26-7. We'll be back.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce from our original recipe. And authentic toppings like crispy Old World pepperoni. Because the Italian way is worth celebrating. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to America's most loved pizza. Hello, Marco's. Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Every day, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to America's most loved pizza. Hello, Marco's.
Welcome back to Ed DePore. Russell Deese joined by Central Georgia Sports Report.com. Michael Lau in the booth with us tonight. And Jeremiah Kelly is off on a bum ankle. And so that's going to bring in, we'll tell you here in just a second, and he does not go very far. And that's number 3, Jalen Willis Jackson, the backup from last year. And number 52 was the man that pushed him back, and that was Jalen Raines, the defensive lineman junior. And he was one of the first ones to get his hands in there on him. So they go from the 17 back to the 20, and now a huge 4th down. And I'll tell you, Jalen Willis Jackson, they've got those chrome numbers on those black jerseys, and if you don't catch it in the right light, it's a blur. And he's a lot bigger kid this year than he was last year.
Yeah.
So on a 4th down, gonna fake it. Clark gonna look, gonna throw it in the end zone. And he caught it! And it was a touchdown. And there's a flag on the play. Let's see what it is. And that is gonna be Wynn Davidson, maybe with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the big tight end. And let's see what the flag's gonna be here. And is it gonna be defensive holding? And I think it is. Well, the Huskies seem to like the call originally, and we'll get it from the referee on the field.
It's your nickel. TV stands. During the play was holding against Perry.
It will be in holding against Perry, so a touchdown stands.
Perry was trying to sell a little offensive pass interference there, and it really wasn't going to work.
So from 20 yards out, Jalen Clark gets his 2nd touchdown pass of the night to Wynn Davidson. He's got an 8-yard connection with him, and he's got a 20-yard connection. Elizabeth Rodenroth. Kick is up and kick is good. Timeout on the field. 26-14. Huskies close within 12. 7:28 to go in the 3rd. We'll be back after this timeout.
Dr. Lee Stockschlager and Dr. John Coe at North Macon Dental Associates are proud supporters of high school athletics. Their office welcomes new patients and offers treatments that include routine checkups, restorations, crowns and bridges, oral surgery, Zoom whitening, and implant dentistry. They also treat orthodontic patients with Invisalign. Visit us online at northmacondental.com.
For Russell Deese, 28-yard touchdown pass, Jalen Clark to Wynn Davidson, their 2nd hookup of the night. And the score is now 26-14. And the Huskies have come out of the opening drive of the second half and have taken it in for a touchdown and breathed life back into their game here tonight against a stout Perry Panther defense. Michael Lau from Central Georgia Sports Report.com in the booth with us. Just what the doctor ordered for the Huskies.
I don't think they're going to let me leave.
Yeah, that's right. I put you on the air and you brought them back.
Yeah, that was by far their best. Even if they wouldn't have gotten a touchdown, that was their best possession, which is a confidence boost. You got to get something going.
Kendrick will be one of the deep men standing along his 7-yard line. And let's see what Juan Cardenas decides to do on this kick. And I'm going to agree with you. I'm not kicking it where anybody can run it back.
Yep, just let it bounce around.
And he's going to kick it deep, and Kendrick's going to take it and fumble it down on the 2-yard line and going to try to bring it out, and he's got room to run. He broke containment. Kendrick's going to get outside, 40, 45. Only one man will catch him, or he's going to take it 98 yards, 20, 10, 5, down. Let's see where they call him down. Touchdown, 98 yards. Unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
Kendrick let it bounce. Mikael Kendrick let it bounce on the 2-yard line. And we got a man down on the field for the Huskies laying on the ball down on about the 7-yard line. Wow.
Did not see that coming.
He caught the ball on about the 3.5, fumbled it back up to the back.
I don't think he ever caught it. I don't think he ever caught it at all.
Yeah, it bounced off his hands at about the 3, and he finally picked it up at the 2. And he just containment.
It was boom. He was gone.
Yeah, I mean, and what happens on a play like that when there's a fumble? Everybody leaves their lanes and goes to the ball, and all he had to do was break outside.
He was really outside of the last guy, and he tight-roped down the sideline that last 20 yards pretty well, but he was pretty much
untouched
from his 40.
Yeah. So 32-14, and they answer. We're going to leave it right here, and let's see what the Panthers decide to do. And we'll try to see who this is coming off the field, and that is number 5 for the Huskies, and that's Jordan Gray. Jeremiah Kelly went out on that last drive, and the Huskies were able to score. But at the 7-14 mark, the Panthers have answered. Wow, what a run.
Man,
and you can see Kendrick just about to give out of gas on that last 12 or 14 yards.
If this were the CFL, he'd have been down.
Yeah, that's right.
Or something like that. I'm stunned he was able to make it because that last defender – got just enough interference from a blocker.
William McCraney with the extra point out of the hold of Rucker. Snap, touch, another low snap. He's going to get it down and get it up. And it hit the crossbar, and it's going to go in. Extra point is good. Timeout on the field. And the Panthers lead it now by a score of 33-14. We'll be back.
Planning on a holiday party with friends, family, or coworkers? Texas Border Grill's private banquet room offers seating from 5 to 55. Lunch to dinner 7 days a week. Featuring an amazing menu with aged beef, seafood, and so many other signature dishes. Texas Border Grill.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Every day, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to America's most loved pizza. Hello, Marco's.
Hold on. What? Oh, welcome back. I was on. You got to let me know. So, now we'll get a kickoff from Perry, and they'll squig it, and a man will pick it up, and I think that's Campbell maybe with the return. That was Campbell on the return. He'll get it out to about the 38-yard line. All right, Michael Lau's joined us here to start this third period of play, and Michael, man, that hurt. for the Huskies right there.
That was you deliver a gut punch and then you get one right back.
Yep.
A bigger gut punch.
Hats off to Perry. I mean, they pound away. Great run by Kendrick.
Yeah.
I mean, he dropped the ball on the ground, and as soon as he got to about his 35, 40-yard line, the only person who was going to catch him was when he was running out of gas toward the end down there.
And he got just enough, his blocker gave him just enough of a cushion to get in there.
So Jeremiah Kelly is not back on the field. Jalen Willis Jackson is. They go splits to both sides, a man in a slot on both sides. Backfield, and the ball's going to get knocked down over there. Big play by I think that was number 9 on the play for the Perry Panthers. Maybe it was 56, I'm sorry. And that was Zenny West, defensive lineman. All right, Michael, so tell us what's going on at CentralGeorgiaSportsReport.com.
Football.
What you got coming up over the weekend? I know you'll be home tonight, and the keyboard will be smoking.
Man.
Till the wee hours.
A lot of football have the, your only collection of softball, state softball. State softball pairings starts in Columbus next week, and a few Central Georgia teams are left, and GISA is going, and volleyball gets started. Playoffs get started tomorrow as well.
Jeremiah Kelly, but there's going to be a procedure call against the Huskies, and they continue to shoot themselves in the foot, and they're going to back it up 5 to the 34-yard line, and that's going to bring up second down and 15. So lots of scores tomorrow. So
names, details, stats, all the.
You'll have all the goodies for everybody. So tell everybody how they can find you, sir.
CentralGASports.com. Nice and simple. Pages don't dance around. Don't run the same story 5 times in a row.
Yeah. It's an amazing thing in this modern era digital, isn't it?
You just get on a page and it stays there for you. There will need be no Google Analytics.
Jalen Clark going to roll this side. Going to find pressure, and now he's going to have to tuck it and run, and he'll get out about the 37-yard line. He'll pick his 5 yards back up, plus some. They'll mark him at the 41. So he'll go 7 yards on the pickup.
And I will say this game is not over. I think there's still some more fireworks left.
Well, you may be right. 33-14, 6:56 to go in the third. And, Howard, bottom line is every time they get their hands on the ball with Perry answering, they're going to have to drive the football.
At some point, if they can go 3 possessions back and forth without screwing up, they have a chance. But they can't keep doing that.
Quickly on college football, any chance that Florida has a letdown at South Carolina tomorrow?
Probably not. More so about the fact that South Carolina woke their butt up by beating Georgia the way they did and being so physical. I think that's the bigger thing. I think that wakes up Florida more than, what they could do. I think they'll get hit in the mouth pretty quick.
Yeah, and South Carolina coming off the big win against the Dogs, too. I know it's at home at Columbia, and the big Rooster's going to be there and all that kind of stuff. But how about Michigan?
What time is that game?
That's 12 o'clock kickoff.
Okay,
the 3:30 game is LSU and Mississippi State. Are you kidding me? And we got a timeout here by Howard. We'll keep you right here. But I don't get why CBS, because Auburn and LSU's the 3:30 game has to be next Saturday.
That's kind of the other thing is you got to have I don't know. I'd have to look at the schedule to figure out why they did that other than giving a not very watchable Mississippi State team some.
Michigan got to go into Penn State and shock them. Got to white out.
They'll score. They may lead, but they may lead 7-0.
You got no faith in my boy Harbaugh, do you?
I really don't at all. The khakis have not been magic.
Well, maybe you need some.
Nor is the helicopter trip into Lee County his first year. And all that other.
You got to try some of these things. Sitting on your laurels don't work.
If you do some of the right stuff on Saturday, that makes a big difference too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to get technical. Jalen Clark in a shotgun on a 3rd down and 7, make it 8. Going to look, and the quarterback's going to scramble, and he's going to get to across the 45 to the 47 and going to come up 2 yards short. I don't know. I don't see really any surprises tomorrow.
No, I don't. Since we still don't know about Georgia and we don't really know about Kentucky, I don't know about that game.
Yeah, it's going to monsoon across the southeast tomorrow.
I don't think it's going to be that. It's from everything I saw later on today. It's not going to be as bad. It's
maybe
turned
south
a little bit.
Of us.
South is going to get hurt worse.
Yeah, so south and heading.
The wind's going to be less. We're going to get rain, but
far
it's
east.
Be less wind and less rain.
So the Florida Panhandle, all that area is going to get it.
Yeah, Athens still isn't going to be Pleasant. It's not going to be a Chamber of Commerce day. But it won't be that. Let's see what we got here. Oh.
On a 4th down and 2, they're going to hand it inside, and it's not going to go anywhere, and the Panthers are going to get a stop, and they're going to get the ball over on the 48-yard line. Well, turnover on downs. And with that, where are you flying to the Bat Cave, or are you heading somewhere else?
Back to headquarters.
Okay.
Central Georgia Sports Central.
Okay, and on Twitter, same way at
Central GA Sports.
Okay.
And there's a Facebook page out there too.
Yeah. So if you got a score, get it up.
Oh, it'll be up. It'll be up soon enough.
All right. So turnover on downs, and I'm going to thank you. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. We'll see you maybe next week sometime.
That's a possibility.
Wrong mic.
That's the right one.
That's the right one. All right. Well, thank you, Mike. All right, so Perry takes over on downs. Lane Rucker in a shotgun, and he's going to leave it with his second man through, and that's going to be Curtis Head, who provided a spark in that second quarter for him. He'll go from the 48 and fall into the 43, pick up of 5 on the play, maybe 5.5. And they're going to give him the 42. We'll give him 6 on the play. 5:44, 33-14. Panthers have taken over on down near the midfield stripe and trying to mount a drive and maybe put a dagger in the heart of the Huskies here with another big drive to go out by even more scores. Got ahead, got a first down, getting a push on the offensive line from the 42 to the 35. That's a 7-yard pickup. So Curtis Head, as we said, and we talked with Mike about this at halftime, 309 total yards for Perry to 33 for Howard. Now, those are not official stats, but Mr. Goolsby up here is doing a pretty good job, and his pin's sharp. So 5:19. Ball on the 35, first down and 10 for the Panthers. Want to thank everybody from the Perry area that's joined in and looking in on our broadcast tonight. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. In a shotgun, Rucker goes to Head again. He's going to step outside, and not this time. The Huskies are going to pile in there, and they're going to stop him short. And number 4 for the Huskies was the first one in there, and that was Jaquan Jackson. So a 2-yard pickup from the 35, and it's going to bring up a second down and 8. Got to get to the 25 to keep the drive alive. The clock runs at 4:38. 33-14. Huskies came out in the second half, drove it, got a big touchdown, kicked it off on the ensuing kickoff. Kendrick took it 98 yards to pay dirt. Going to take and going to give it ahead again, and this time the Huskies are going to get in there and stop him one more time. And on the tackle that time for the Huskies was number 16 on the play, and that was Andrew Garnett. So a 3rd down and 8 now, maybe 9. He may have lost a yard, and he did. That'll push it from the 33 to the 34. This time they'll go right to that far side. They'll go Marion and Hall to this near side. 2 men in the backfield. Head will be the up back. Going to take and going to fake to Kendrick. Throw it over the middle, and he got Head coming out of the backfield, and he's going to score a touchdown from 34 yards out. He lined up in the pullback offset eye out of a shotgun almost. Had 2 of them in the backfield. He was the up back. Rucker faked it to him. And that's a 34-yard touchdown pass from Rucker to Head. So with 3:39, McCraney will try to add to the lead and put 40 on the board for the Panthers. Snap, touch, kick is up, kick is good, but we got a penalty flag, and let's see what it is here. And the ball is flag is down on the 2-yard line. Teams will come off. This may be assessed on the kickoff, whatever it is. We'll try to get the call from the referee here. So they'll assess that penalty on the kickoff, roughing the snapper. So it makes it 40-14, and we'll stay right here for the kickoff. And back deep for the Huskies is going to be Javion Clark. And the meta in the middle deep will be Jeremiah Kelly back on the field. Javarzier Meadows will be to this near side. Number 22, Scott Campbell will be to the other side. So that'll be your 4 deep man. Clark will be the deepest. They'll kick it from the 45. Going to kick it short. And the player's going to receive it. And that was 18, Javion Clark. But he's going to fall down, and he's going to be down on the 10-yard line. So tried to catch it on the run. It was just a high kick. They kicked it off from Howard's 45-yard line. High and short, and the Huskies are going to be in bad field position, trailing by 26 now in this game. And let's see, Northside is now trailing Lee County 28-0 with 7:25 to go in the third quarter. Locally here in Single A, Mount LaSalle's undefeated 28-13 over Tatnall. Going to throw it out in the flat, and he's got a man out there, but he's not going to get away from anybody, and they're going to put him down right along the line of scrimmage. And who all was in there on that play? And that was number 3 and number 6, Chris Stewart and Zacchaeus Jackson. So 3:07 and the clock runs, and it's 2nd down and 10. They gave him back to the line of scrimmage. Clark this time. Jeremiah Kelly will be the wing on this near side. Meadows to the far side. Portillo will be at full. Going to take and going to leave it with the big fullback, and he's got room. 30, 35, going to fall down. Well, 25, going to fall down. Let's see where they mark him down at the 31. But that's a big game, but there's a flag on the play, and let's see what happened. That was a 21-yard pickup. And we got a Perry Panther down, but I think that's cramps, and that's exactly what it is. A couple of his teammates trying to stretch him out there. I know that feeling. Get up sometimes in the morning, you feel like if you move that leg, that hamstring's going to pop like a rubber band that's been twisted up. Let's get the call. Chop block against Howard. Man, if the Huskies can find a penalty here tonight, they have been able to do so. Half the distance to the goal will wipe out the 21-yard first down run. That's going to move it back to the 5-yard line, half the distance to the goal. Nosing the football will be just a little past the 5. 2nd down now and 15. Jalen Clark comes on late with the play. When Davison, the tight end, will flip from left to right. Clark under center, going to roll this side, going to look, going to try to get outside, and he's not going to go anywhere. And he's going to get brought down on the play by number 28 for the Panthers, and that's Jared Fuller. 3rd down, he'll pick up about 2 on the play, maybe the 7. That's what they'll give him. 3rd down. We're going to call it 13. Meadows on one wing, Jeremiah Kelly on the other. Portillo is the full. Timeout on the play. Let's see who called it. And Perry did, and we'll take it with him. 30 seconds on the timeout. 40-14 on the Marco's Pizza Gridiron Game of the Week on ESPN. We'll be back.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Dough made from scratch every day. Sauce from our original recipe. And authentic toppings like crispy Old World pepperoni. Because the Italian way is worth celebrating. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to America's most loved pizza. Hello, Marco's.
I am Lester Miller, and if you've been in an accident or hurt on the job, I want to work for you. My office is right across the street from the Bibb County Courthouse, and it doesn't end there. Middle Georgia is my home. I graduated from high school here, college, and Mercer Law School. My family goes to church here. My kids go to school here. I work hard for my community, and when you need an attorney, I will personally take.
Welcome back to Ed DePore on a 3rd down and 12 play, deep in their own territory at the 7-yard line. Huskies down 40-14, 1:55 to go in the 3rd. Panthers playing great defense. Clark going to look, going to throw, and there's not going to be anybody nowhere near for him out there. The only person that was out there really close was Duran Wilder up along the 27 or 28, but he was simply blocking downfield. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 12 with the ball on their own 7-yard line. They're going to have to kick this out of their own end zone. Let's see what I can find for you in scores. Statesboro 7, Ware 14, Statesboro 7 at the end of 3. Single A, Mountain Sales 28-13 and going to the 4th. Kick is away and going to be caught on a fair catch at the 48-yard line of Howard. And that was Daquan Wright for the Panthers. We'll keep it right here. Let's see what else we got for you. Northside trails Lee County. Now this is 7:25 in the 3rd. It was 28-0. I'm sure that game has gone a little farther than that. See if there's anything else out here. And right now we're not. Well, an update, Mountain Sales 35, Tatnall 13 out of Single A. Going to take and going to give it to Curtis Head, and he's been a big spark for this team here tonight. And he's got a touchdown pass, but he really came on in that 2nd quarter in relief of Kendrick and a little Tyrell Owens as well too. And he's been a little bit of a difference maker, but not as much of a difference maker in this football game as that Panther defensive and offensive front has done. They have had their ways with the Huskies defensive and offensive fronts here tonight. Head will stay in as single setback. Bailey will be your H-back. Rucker stays in the gun. Right to that far side. Going to go to Head again. Why not? And this time they stacked him up and brought him right back to the line of scrimmage, and they'll be lucky if he gets that. And I believe on the tackle that was number 42 for the Huskies, and that was Barber. And he's had a pretty good individual night here tonight. Loss of 1, ball on the 41. Got to get to the 38. We'll call it 3rd down and 3. Panthers going to take their time to let this clock run. Under 20 seconds now to go in the quarter. Rucker takes, going to give to Head. Head's going to get tackled for a loss, maybe the line of scrimmage. And in there again is Barber. So that's going to take us to the end of the period as we go 1, and that's it. Ball back on the 42 when we come back. It'll be a 4th down and 4 for the Panthers. Ball at the Huskies' 42-yard line. We'll be back and bring you the 4th from Ed DePore.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Every day, get 2 medium one-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to America's most loved pizza. Hello, Marco's.
Planning on a holiday party with friends, family, or coworkers? Texas Border Grill's private banquet room offers seating from 5 to 55. Lunch to dinner 7 days a week. Featuring an amazing menu with aged beef, seafood, and so many other signature dishes. Texas Border Grill.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Every day, get 2 medium one-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to America's most loved pizza. Hello, Marco's. Anyone can deliver.
Welcome back to Ed DeFore, and the Panthers have decided to kick it away. Javarzier Meadows will be the deep man on this return. He'll stand on his own 15. Perry on a 4th down and about 4.5 to go from the Howard 42. High snap, going to get the kick away, and it's going to be a fair catch called for by Meadows at the 17-yard line. And that's where the Huskies will keep it in play and try to close the gap on this game a little bit. 11:54 as we start the 4th period of play. McEachern 7, Marietta 6, Wayne County 28, South Effingham 24. South Effingham handed West Lawrence their only loss of the season so far. Grayson 24, Archer 17, that's at the end of 3, that's in 7A. Peachtree Ridge 40, Duluth nothing into the 3rd. 4:33 to go in the game, single A. Stratford leads FPD 27-14. Going to throw it outside here, and it's going to be completed. And he's going to go from the 17-yard line, and he's going to be close to a first down, maybe the 26. And that was Meadows on the reception. And they're going to give him the 28, and that's going to give him a first down. 11:46, 40-14. Perry Panthers have come to Ed DeFore. Don't forget, we'll have our Pond Max Player of the Game, and then the final verdict on this one, our wrap-up show presented by Lester Miller, attorney at law, Lester Miller for mayor. Going to take and going to leave it off inside, and that was Jalen Willis Jackson on the carry, and he'll get from the 28 to the 29, so pick up a 1 on the play. Lots of good things happen here for Perry tonight. Mikael Kendrick. Lane Records had a good night. Curtis Heads had a real good night. So has Terrell Owens. Backfield's done the job, but the defense and offensive line has done it the best. Wynn Davidson's going to catch it and get pushed back. But they're going to give him forward progress to about the 32-yard line. Third down, got to get to the 38 and a half to pick up a new set of downs. 10:33. Clark taking a long time to get this play in. We'll get you some stats here at the end of the 3rd. Clark going to look, got pressure on him, and he's going to go down. He's going to get sacked for a loss. Number 19 of the play, C.J. D'Amico on it. Just for the game at 3rd. End of the 3rd. Howard, 67 yards on 19 carries, passing 43 yards, 7 of 14. Perry, 219 yards on 34 carries, 6 of 11, passing for 142 yards. So they have 361 yards already on the night with 10-11 to go. Thank you, sir. So they'll have to kick it away. And it's going to go off the punter's foot a little bit, and it's going to bounce on the 48 and roll into the Perry 41, on into the 40 and the 39, and that's where Perry will take over. So a big night rushing the football and a fair night throwing the football. Start of the fourth quarter. Lee County now leads Northside 28-0. So Perry will tell you Johnson County 16, Ace Academy, nothing. That is on the road in Johnson County tonight. Going to take and going to go to Curtis Head, and not this time, as the Huskies got a man in there to knock him down. And once again, that was Keanu Blash on the tackle that time. So Rucker on a 2nd and 14 from his own 35. Going to take and give to the second man through. And this time the second man through was Terrell Owens. Terrell has not had a bad night here. Kendrick not in the game right now. It's been Head and Owens. Tommy D'Amico will be the slot on that far side, along with Ezekiel Marion be the wide out over there. Wright will come to this near side. Rucker will go with a split backfield this time with Owens and Head. 3rd down and 13. He's going to throw out in the flats, and he's going to get Owens out there, but he's going to be brought down in a hurry for a loss on the play from about the 36, and let's see where they're going to mark him. And they're going to mark him at the 31, so a 5-yard loss. And Javarzier Meadows will go back. And Perry's going to kick this one away from their own 31. Let that clock roll to 7:57. Going to almost go over Rucker's head. And he's going to have it go off the side of his foot, and it's going to fall short. But going to take a little bit of a Perry bounce, and it hit on their own 48 and finally rolls over the 50-yard line, and it's touchdown on the 41-yard line. .744. Howard will take over, ball on their own 46-yard line. 40-14 is the score. Going to take on the handoff and not get very far. You're going to get maybe 1 yard back past the line of scrimmage. But that Perry defense continues just to be smothering here tonight on this Howard football rushing attack. They came in 2 tonight. Meadows had almost 400 yards on the year, averaging 6.1 a carry. Jeremiah Kelly had 557, averaging 6.6 yards a carry. And they have done a fantastic job up front. Going to leave it up in the middle, and the tailback, or rather the fullback on the play this time, and I believe that was Portillo. No, that was, yeah, that was Portillo. So this is going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 from the 49-yard line for the Huskies into Perry territory. Going to take and going to give it to Jeremiah Kelly. He's going to know that's Willis Jackson. And Jackson's going to spin in, and he's going to be awfully close to a first down. He's going to be a little short. It's going to be 4th down. 4th down and short, 6:17. Huskies trailing by 26 in this one. Going to take it, and they're going to give it, and they're going to get up the middle. And I believe Clark's going to have his first down. He's going to get, let's see, yeah, he's going to have enough for his first down. He's going to go across the 45. They're going to give him the 43. Only needed to get to the 44. Under center. Take and look. Going to throw down here, trying to go to Wilder. And threw it out of bounds. Tried to go to Duran Wilder. Ball's incomplete. 5:46 to go here in the 4th. Second down and 10. Ball on the 43-yard line. Almost fell down, handling it off to his second man through out of the wing, and that was Willis Jackson, Jalen Willis Jackson, who's been spelling Jeremiah Kelly since he came out early in the 3rd on their first touchdown drive of that opening possession with an ankle injury. And he's been back in the game, but sparingly. Clock runs at 5:19. 40-14 is your score. Going to take, throw it out in the flat, and almost picked off and really close to being picked off. Diving play over there was number 11, Tyron Mobley. Tyron's had a great night on defense here tonight for the Perrys. He's been, for the Perry Panthers, he's been all over the field on the defensive side of the ball. Played really well tonight. Had a nose for the ball when he needed it. Fourth down. Play clock under 15 now. 4th and 8. Gonna take. Clark under pressure. Gonna throw it underneath. Tried to go to win his tight end, and he was smothered up by number 10, Reuben Whitehead that time. And the Panthers are going to take over on down with 4:59 to go in this one. Want to remind you, once again, stick around quickly for that. At the end of the game, we'll have our Pawn Max Player of the Game. And then we'll do our post-game wrap-up show. And then we call it the Final Verdict. Sponsored by Lester Miller, attorney at law. Also, don't forget, we invite you to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube page. Don't forget to bookmark our network site, dsbnsports.com. Also, when this one's over, almost immediately after it's done, it'll be archived up. So if you want to go back and watch every minute of it, it'll be there for you. Going to take and go to Head. Head's had a good night, and he's going to get tackled this time for a loss from the 41. Keanu Blash on the tackle. Clock rolls to 4:39. Want to also remind you, Monday night at the Macon Touchdown Club at the Methodist Children's Home on Pierce Avenue here in Macon, Georgia. Our guest speaker will be none other than the former head coach of the Ole Miss Rebels, the Auburn Tigers, Texas Tech, and Cincinnati all in one, but we endeared himself in the South as an Auburn Tiger coach with that 0-4 undefeated season and 6 wins in a row over the Alabama Crimson Tide. Boy, my life was sure good back in those days. Tommy Tuberville will be the keynote speaker at the Macon Touchdown Club. And more interesting than anything right now for Coach Tuberville, he is running as the GOP, for the GOP seat, as a state senator, as a senator, U.S. senator for the state of Alabama. He's in the middle of a GOP primary run, and he is leading the pack in that U.S. Senate race in the state of Alabama. So it'll be an interesting night of football and politics, I assume, on Monday night with Coach Tuberville. Going to go to Kendrick this time as he's back in the game, and he's going to get a quick hitter from the 34 and get up to about the 41, pick up of 7 on the play. Going to bring up a third down and right at 10. So looking forward to him being here on Monday night. For more information, go to makingtouchdownclub.com. Guest is $30, and that includes a 3-course meal and our high school awards. And, of course, this week, Coach Tuberville. Rucker in a shotgun. Going to hit him a little early in the face, and I don't think he was ready for that one. And this is going to be Owens, and he's going to get maybe a yard on the play or two. And I don't think Rucker was ready for that one. I don't think Owens was either, just kind of reacted because the ball shot in the air. They're going to give him out to the 43. So pick up 2 on the play, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and 8. Don't forget, next Thursday night we'll be at Marco's Pizza on Zebulon Road. Big event. A little Halloween party going on and crafts fair, and we'll be doing Gridiron Gab live from there next Thursday night starting at 6:30. We talk a little high school football in the first half hour of the show, and then a lot of college football. Come join us for pizza, wings, salads, and all kind of cold beverages that you would like to have at Marco's Pizza on Zebulon Road. And that's always fun. Our pick'em contest this week, we did Michigan and Penn State. Here's a snap, going to get it away to Rucker, and he's going to get a good kick if he can get it to turn over, and it does a little bit. Fair catch call by Javarzier Meadows on the 30-yard line, and the Huskies will take over with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in this one. We'll keep it right here. Let's see if we can catch you up on some other scores. We're looking for that Colquitt-Camden County score, which was a really close game. Our old friend from Jones County, Justin Rogers, at the helm. Final out of single A here in Macon tonight. FPD has beaten Stratford Academy 27-14. Lee County is up 35-0 over Northside. Pike County 42, Central 7. Vidalia has beaten Toombs County 17-14. Taken, going to give it to the second man through, and that's Willis Jackson. And he'll go from the 30 and get to about the, let's see where they're marking, 33. Yeah, the 33-yard line. Final, Waco 35, Dodge County 14. See, due to inclement weather, Fort Valley's homecoming game tomorrow has been moved to 12:30, so they moved that game up. Dublin 70, Southwest 16. And a big run here is he's going to go from the 31 and get all the way across to midfield to the 49. A 20-yard pickup. And that was Portillo on the carry, and he's lost his shoe. And the coach is going to throw it back into him, and he's quickly going to have to put it on. And he does. $70 seconds left in this one. Perry has come in here and done the job. Clark going to throw it deep. Gervasia Meadows was out there, and so was number 12, Duran Wilder, and he just threw it a little short behind both of them. So the Dublin Fighting Irish have rolled. And Roswell won tonight 42-0. And Bleckley County has beaten East Lawrence 59-7. Cartersville and Sandy Creek at the half was 38, Cartersville 28. Troop has beaten LaGrange 21-6. And have not seen any more of that Colquitt County score, even though we've looked for it. Delay a game against Howard. When it rains, it pours. Second down, back them up 5 from the 49, put them back on their own 46. 63 seconds to go in this one. Well, as we look at our Pond Max player of the game, we could go with a lot of them. Lane Rucker had a great night. Howard now going to get a good run from their 46 across midfield to the 45 with 52 seconds to go. The running backs tonight, Terrell Owens, Mikael Kendrick, Curtis Head, Tyler Bailey even got in on the action a little bit. Under 34 seconds now, and Willis Jackson will get a little bit of a run, and he'll get a first down and take it to the 35. William McCraney had 2 big field goals, a 32-yarder and a 23-yarder, won the game after Howard had scored to make it 7-0, made it 7-6. Aaron Hall caught a big 25-yard touchdown pass, and Howard's going to get a completion all the way down inside the 5. And that went to Wilder for on a long pass play. Let's see where they're going to mark him on the 2. Stops the clock with 15 seconds to go. Howard's going to try to get this one. We'll try to do our Pond Max player of the game here in just a second. And they're going to stop him with 8 seconds. And they're going to get a turnover. Fumble on the play. So that's how Howard's night has gone. So they'll turn it over to Perry on a fumble on the play. Inside the 5-yard line. They'll get it at the 4. Well, if it could go wrong for the Huskies tonight, it went wrong. Eight seconds to go. Perry will snap it one more time. They'll take a knee. And I'm not sure why the clock isn't running. And it does run now. And that's going to do it. 40-14 is your final score. Well, tell you what we'll do. We'll do a timeout. We'll come back and do the final verdict. And then we'll have our Pond Max player of the game. Once again, your final score here, 40-14. Perry comes into Ed DePore, takes it to the Huskies. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
I am Lester Miller, and if you've been in an accident or hurt on the job, I want to work for you. My office is right across the street from the Bibb County Courthouse, and it doesn't end there. Middle Georgia is my home. I graduated from high school here, college, and Mercer Law School. My family goes to church here. My kids go to school here. I work hard for my community, and when you need an attorney, I will personally take your call.
Thanks, Lester.
And I will work hard for you, too.
Contact Lester Miller today for your free consultation.
It's time for the post-game wrap-up. Let's head back to the stadium and get the final verdict on this one, presented by Lester Miller, attorney at law. And welcome back to Ed DePore Sports Complex. It's time for the final verdict on this one, presented by Lester Miller, attorney at law. So here's how it worked out tonight on your final stats. Perry on 36 carries, 235 yards, 6 of 11 on passing for 142 yards through the air. Howard, on the other hand, 33 carries, only 127 yards, and they were 9 of 21 for 86 yards. Looking at that, you would think the final verdict here on this one would read, yeah, it was the offensive line and the defensive line for the Perry Panthers that got it done. Let's give you a recap on the scoring. 9:49 to go in the first. It was an 8-yard pass from Jalen Clark to Wynn Davidson. The extra point was good, 7-0 Howard. Then Perry drove it and had to settle for a 32-yard field goal from William McCraney at 6:27 to go. That made it 7-3. Then with 24 seconds to go in the first period, McCraney gets his second field goal of the night after another drive stalled, and it was a 23-yarder, made it 7-6. Then the offense for the Panthers started to get rolling. 7:57 to go in the second. Rucker throws a 25-yard touchdown pass to Aaron Hall. That makes it 13-7. Then with 3:02 to go in the second, it was a 2-yard run by Mikael Kendrick, which made it 19-7. And then with 45 seconds to go in the half, there was a run on the play by Terrell Owens. He fumbled it on his own 47. It was picked up by Ezekiel Marion, and he took it 53 yards for a touchdown, and we stood 26-27 in the half. Well, Howard one-needed and had to come out and answer. 7:28 to go in the third. It was a 20-yard touchdown pass from Clark to Wynn Davidson, his second of the night. Extra point was good, made it 26-14. On the ensuing kickoff, though, Mikael Kendrick fumbled the ball at the 3, picked it up at the 2, and took it back 98 yards for the touchdown, and that put the game out of reach at 33-14. And the final score came when Rucker hit Curtis Head on a 34-yard touchdown pass with 3:39 to go in the game, and that made it 40-14. And that was the difference in the game. I thought the man that came in and sparked the team tonight for Perry on offense, he had good running from Mikael Kendrick, Terrell Owens, but Curtis Head, number 20, came in and really sparked him. Lane Rucker played an excellent night tonight. He as well. We're going to give it to Curtis Head, number 20. I thought he really sparked the offense for the Panthers. He is our Pond Max player of the game. Congratulations to Curtis Head. Well, your final once again from Ed to 4. 40-14 is your final score. Don't forget Monday night, Tommy Tuberville at the Macon Touchdown Club. Find out more about attending the meeting Monday night. Go to MaconTouchdownClub.com. We'll see you Thursday night for Marco's Pizza. Not on Riverside Drive, but we'll be on Zebulon Road. Next Friday night, we'll see you from the stadium. That's going to do it. Once again, the Panthers roll into Macon, take the Huskies down 40-14. They improved to 2-0 in the region, and now they're in the thick of things as they improved to 4-3 on the season. That's going to do it from Ed to 4. Our time is up. Thank you, everybody, for watching tonight. Our time is up. We thank you for yours.